Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Orly. How are you today?
I am good. Besides the allergies killing me, I'm pretty good. So I sound a little funny, but I'm good.
You do sound a little bit funny.
Yeah.
Well, beyond the frame viewers, Orly and I wanted to come to you today and just kind of close everything out for Bowl Expo. We're just about recuperate, or I should say, I'm just about recuperated. I'm not going to speak for you, Orly. Are you recuperated yet?
Kind of. All those flights and stuff. I mean, and the kind of craziness. I don't even know if we need to get into that, but yeah, it really puts a toll on your body.
Yes. Well, since you brought it up, and I was going to try to leave that alone and take the high road on this, but I'm going to have to bring it up. So, viewers, I'm sure if you attended Bowl Expo, many of you probably had the same travel challenges that Orly and I had. But I can say for sure, for me, those of you that have followed me and know I have travel gremlins that travel with me a lot. And this was no different. I actually was hoping to get in an hour earlier, so changed my flight. And then lo and behold, I think I jinxed it because I didn't get in until close to 1 o'clock in the morning the next morning. So, and then we repeated that same thing for you, Orly, when you came in.
Yeah, I was supposed to land at 4:15, and I got in after midnight. They threw in an extra stop for me, so they were like, "Your bag is gonna go here to here, then to Miami," and I'm like, "No, not Miami, Orlando." And they were like, "Oh no, looks like they changed you to Miami." And yeah, so and then plus delays on top of some of those, and
Yeah.
on the way back, smoother. I had a little bit of time, very little time between each flight, but I got back home and we all made it everywhere safely. And I guess that's all that counts, right?
Oh, that is definitely all that counts. It's really funny because um, my delay was on the ground, was delayed. The plane was delayed coming in. And then I finally got on the plane, right? And lo and behold, there were two seats in the airplane that had to not be used, and they had to rope that all off. So fast forward about 3 hours later, they finally fixed the seats, and then the pilot was over on his time. So viewers, did any of you guys have travel challenges this year? We'd love to hear your travel challenges. But for Orly and I, we're really thankful. We made it. We made it in plenty of time for our commitments. Our luggage made it, which is a
Yeah.
huge plus. So we're very grateful for that. But Orly, this was now Bowl Expo number 2 for you.
Yeah, number two.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how many Bowl Expos it is for me. It was a lot. So I'm not going to give away anything. But what did you? This was number 2. The first year, I know you were just in amazement of everything. This year, your role at Bowl Expo was quite unique. It was unique last year, and it was a lot of fun last year. But what? Just tell me, what were you looking most forward to this year?
Well, so last year, like you said, it was the first time, and I didn't know what to expect. I was blown away when I got there, just how big it was, how many people were there, how many different.
Okay, so obviously we're having a little bit of technical difficulty here. Orly, I do believe that you have frozen. So we are going to give it just a few minutes, folks. This is what happens when you go live. You never know what's going to happen. As Orly was saying, this last year was his first Bowl Expo, and everything was just amazing to him. This year was the same, but it was an amazement in a little bit different way. So folks, it looks like Orly is still frozen. So Orly, if you can possibly log out and log back in, it looks like that's what he's doing. So anyway, this year, Orly was a part of the Cubic AMF booth once again, and he actually had the opportunity to speak with people as they were coming out of the Neoverse Theater. And folks, if you were not at Bowl Expo, you can go back and you can find some videos that we posted regarding the Neoverse. What an immersive, I know It was advertised as immersive and amazing and vivid. It was all of that and then some. So Orly got the opportunity to go in and witness the reaction that people were having as they came out. And it was absolutely, the Neoverse just absolutely captivated people. So anyway, he had the opportunity to meet a lot of new people. But, you know, at Bowl Expo, one of the things that we find very interesting is that there are always moments to be learning. So hang on just one second, folks. Orly's going to try to get back in, so keep your fingers crossed. Again, live technology sometimes doesn't always work the way we want it to. So anyway, thanks for your patience today on that. But anyway, when you attend Bowl Expo, there's so many more things that you get to take advantage of that you really don't realize. Obviously, the trade show is amazing, and you get to see some of the most amazing products and the newest products, right? And you get to have hands-on, you get to touch them, you get to feel them, you get to talk to the product experts on them. You get to ask questions of things that maybe you've been thinking about. But the networking opportunities that come along with Bowl Expo are fantastic. And that's one thing that it's really hard to explain to someone that has never experienced Bowl Expo. You don't even, the educational seminars that BPAA put on are fantastic. Everybody can't always attend all of the seminars, but that does not mean that you're not having learning opportunities, because it could be in the hallway of the hotel, it could be in the elevator, it could be walking through the trade show floor. You're getting to see people and talk to them and ask them questions and hear their stories and learn things that they've done that could possibly help you and your center to go to a new level. So again, Orly and I had a fabulous time. It was probably the busiest Bowl Expo in the Cubic AMF booth that I have ever seen. There was never, ever, ever a dull moment. And it just, people were just running around like crazy. And they were all, everybody was excited, everybody was happy, everybody was looking forward to the future that technology was going to hold for them. And it was just a fantastic Bowl Expo. So on behalf of Orly, who seems to have still be on the outside here, can't get back in for whatever reason, I would like to say, there we are. Okay, well, technology is not going to let us down. So Orly, welcome back. Okay, Orly, we are so happy to have you back. You left us, but I had just shared with everyone your opportunity at Bowl Expo this year, and the unique opportunity you had of getting to hear the reactions of people coming out of the Neoverse. I want to ask you though, first of all, what was your reaction? You got to ask a whole bunch of people what they thought about it. Now I'm asking you, what is one word that comes to mind when you think of Neoverse?
I mean, amazed. I was amazed by it. I didn't know, because like we said, we were trying to get inside info, you know, we were trying to get tips from people to see what was going to be revealed. So we didn't really know much going into it. And once I got to see it, yeah, I was blown away. I'm a big tech guy when it comes to, you know, new TVs or video things. So seeing something like that, it just blew my mind. I was amazed.
Yes. And, you know, I was just sharing with our viewers, Bowl Expo has so many opportunities, whether it's in the elevator or in the hallway or wherever you are. But the one thing that, you know, Orly, you and I were talking about this earlier, bowling is definitely a family. And it was really nice to be able to go into Bowl Expo now, you know, very much post-COVID, and see people feeling comfortable visiting with people, feeling comfortable shaking a hand in my case, feeling comfortable hugging customers that I haven't seen in a long time, or people in other businesses, you know, within the bowling industry. That's who we are as a bowling. We're a bowling family. Whether you're a competitor, whether you are a proprietor, whether you are someone that's just tagging along because mom and dad, you know, are going and you have to tag along. We saw a lot of kids this year at Bowl Expo, and that was really exciting to see. That is our future, and it's nice to see that they get excited. Orly, you had a little boy that just absolutely loved being up on the hyper lanes.
Yeah.
And you really did make a new friend. And so that was really cool to see as well.
Yeah, he was excited because I went up on the lanes and, you know, grabbed the mic in between interviews. Because I got to interview a lot of people, which I'm not sure if you said that before I got the boot. I thought you got the boot because you're usually the one with the computer problems. I'm like, oh, she messed us up. We went off air. And
no,
then
it was all on you today.
Yeah, I think my internet just went down. So I'm actually on my phone. That's why my background's changed up. So I just jumped back on. But yeah, in between interviewing people, I said, you know, I'm going to jump up on the lanes. And I was kind of joking around. I said, I got a hat to give away here. They're not going to let me leave till I get this hat given away. So the first person to roll a strike, you get this hat. So, I mean, a few minutes into it, you have people that, again, people I've never met that are like, Orly, we're going to send you home. We're going to get a strike. Hold on. And people have a blast, you know, and including the little guy. He kept telling me, I'm going to get a strike. I'm going to get a strike. I'm like, all right. The next day, he's like, hey, remember me? And I'm like, because I'm recording something, you know, I have my GoPro and I hear in the background, like, hey, remember me? And I look over, he's like, I'm still going to get that strike. And I gave the other hat away, but I had you know, one of these nice Neoverse hats. And I was like
that hat.
And he was pretty excited. You know, I don't think it mattered what hat it was. I think he was just excited to get a strike and finally get a hat.
Yes. Well, Orly, before we leave today, I do want to give a couple of shout outs because there's a lot that goes into making Bowl Expo what it is. Just from a Cubica AMF standpoint, all the details that went into it. I know as we were walking back to the hotel, we saw banners and we saw stickers on the sidewalk going through. Yeah. What a nice touch that is. But our booth, and I say this every year, I don't see how it just keeps getting better and better and better. But that crew just does a phenomenal job. Fede and the entire team of installers are just phenomenal. And for them to be able to put it up, to make sure every detail is taken care of. And it was amazing to watch the teardown. I mean, yeah. Good grief. I mean, literally, I had the carpet rolled right out from under me. Yeah, it was crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't even think it was 5 minutes. I took some video of that. I'll get that posted maybe on our TikTok and stuff. But yeah, within 5 minutes, you have our crew taking stuff down. You have the convention center crew pulling out carpet. And there's like forklifts, and I'm like trying to still record footage, and there's guys sliding like benches across right in front of me. And I'm like, I better get out of the way. I'm gonna get ran over. Like they don't wait for anybody. It's time to go. They're taking stuff down. So yeah, that was really cool. And if you didn't get to go, make sure, I don't know if you mentioned this, Dottie, make sure to go to our Instagram, our TikTok, Facebook. We posted a lot of videos, some live of me and Dottie there, some of just some of the interviews. Some of the one words people had to share, because that was what I got to ask people, you know, one word that that came to mind after you saw what you just saw. And it was really cool to see the reactions and just meet people. I met so many new people that, you know, we went to dinner at Disney Springs one of the nights, and some of the people I interviewed, I was like, hey, how's it going? They're like, hey, you know, and everybody recognizes people. Somebody that was with us for dinner was like, how do you know them? Like they were his customers. And I'm like, oh, I interviewed them today. So it just, you know, you build these relationships, you meet people. I'm sure next year when I see them, they'll say hi. You know, we got to see Kirby, who won the roll off last year. That was cool. That was somebody we met last year. I saw somebody from the airport that I met last year. He was, hey, what's going on? It was a cool opportunity to meet people.
It absolutely was.
There, you know, see our new products, see things you wouldn't even think that would be at a Bowl Expo. You know, there was people selling or, you know, sharing their pretzel bites or pizza. I'm sure maybe it was a pizza machine or something, but some of the things you would never think would be at a Bowl trade show are there. And it was really cool to see.
And Orly, I'm going to do another shout out. First of all, I want to, you know, reiterate what a fantastic job the installers did. And certainly say, you know, thank you for what they've done, because that's very hard work. But we have Mario from Strikes and Spares in Mishawaka that's on today with us. And I have to say, Mario, the pizza that you brought to us was really the only thing that we had to eat that day. We shared, we had no problem sharing. It was absolutely delicious. Probably the best pizza I'd had in a while, simply because we were just so hungry. And your thoughtfulness and kindness of bringing that to us over in the customer service bar. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing that. We had a wonderful dinner as well. So yeah, it's
at the you were hiding from me, because I snuck up on you and you had this box of pizza where I'm over there starving, and she says, Orly, hold on, I was just gonna bring you a piece. And
I was, ask anybody there. I was going to bring you a bite. I had already said, I've got to get Orly a piece of pizza. So yeah, I was going to take care of you. So, you know, it was a great time. I also want to say thank you to BPAA for putting on just another spectacular event. People thoroughly enjoyed. I know people came into the booth and were telling us we saw Lee Greenwood, and what a great, you know, time that was. And I'll tell you, Club Expo was phenomenal. I was right up there on the stage. Those guys are really top notch. It was so nice to see Cheap Tricks, and, you know, to just see everybody relaxing, having a good time. It was really cool because they were throwing guitar picks out in the audience. I thought that was pretty cool. And we do have some footage of that as well, of the concert. So, you know, take a look at that. And then last, I want to say the Rosin Center Hotel did a really nice job as well. Everything was on time. Everything was handled properly. And that's not always the case when you travel, but it was really nice coming in the evenings to a nice clean room, which these days that's not necessarily standard in every place. So I say thank you to everybody involved with the 2023 Bowl Expo. And I know, Orly, I am just looking forward to it. I feel like we just got to kind of step into the future a little bit by what Cubic AMF showcased at the booth. And for me and you both, we're very tech people. And to be able to see something like that be introduced into the bowling community is super exciting, because it is a direction that so many people have been wanting to go, and we get to lead the way in doing that. So for me, number one, I'm excited about it, and number two, I'm proud to be where I am today.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. It was cool to see what it does. You know, I'm sure there's a lot that we don't even know what it does yet, you know, that we're going to learn more about soon. I like how a lot of people brought up, it brings people together. You know, you know, when I'm at the bowling center, you know, somebody gets a strike and the next lane will high five you. So now to be able to see that sometimes across the board, you know, or something, I can just imagine people cheering for somebody, you know, 5 lanes over or something. I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And, you know, there's no way somebody can be in a bowling center and be down in the dumps with all this excitement. And it's just it's alive. It's alive. And that's what I like about it. So folks, if you haven't seen what Orly and I are referring to, the Neoverse, you will see more information coming out on that. You will see it on our social media. So take a peek around. And, you know, today's show is just thank you. Thank you for following our journey at Bowl Expo. We hope that you enjoyed it. Orly and I love what we do, and we loved having the opportunity to bring Expo to those of you that were not able to attend it this year in person. If there's anything any of you guys that are watching today experienced, any comments, any remarks that you would like to leave us, or if you didn't get to go to Bowl Expo and you have any thoughts that you'd like to share with us, we're here. We would love for you to leave us a comment in the comment section. And Orly, I do want to mention to our viewers that next week, you and I have been working on a project now for quite some time. It's a passion project for us, and we are very, very excited that we are going to announce that next week. So folks, be watching. on July the 12th. Orly and I will go live, and we will share with you this amazing project that he and I have had an opportunity to participate in.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Orly, well, thanks. I'm glad you're back. I'm not sure why you had to leave me for a while, but we talked all about you, so you'll just have to watch this on the replay and hear what I had to say about you.
Right.
Folks, thank you very much for following Orly and I. If there's anything that you want to leave comments on, please feel free to do so. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week on Beyond the Frame with our latest announcement. Have a great afternoon, everyone.